Brian Van Dyne here. I'm heading to the rock quarry right now. This will be the third load I've hauled today. I figured I'd do a quick little live video. Not really a quick live, but it'll be, about 45 minutes, hour live video. Figured I'd get a few of you guys on here so you can see brand new turbos on a C13. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us. Oh, Bobby, the truck runs amazing now. Joey just asked me, with the new turbos, that thing's probably a powerhouse. And it's definitely considerably, noticeably different. Before, I don't have a lot to go by before, because I only got to haul 2 loads with it for the quarry before it blew the turbo. But I was going up a hill at 10, 15 miles an hour tops. When you hit the big hill, 10, 15 miles an hour tops. I am going to warn you guys ahead of time, the video quality is probably going to suck a little bit because I'm still way out here in the middle of nowhere, right? So it's probably going to suck. But yeah, we went from going basically, 10 to 15 miles per hour up a hill up to like 25 up a hill. So big difference. She's purring now. She's really purring, And with this Allison, man, she screams, man. Let me just show you. So we're out in the country. This engine brake really is aggressive. It'll downshift to 4th almost immediately. Okay, so we're doing 25. We're coming up to this hill. Let's just wait until we get to the top of this, and then I'll floor it. Okay, here it goes. Floored. Downshifted to 3rd, shifted to 4th. Fifth. Boom, 6th. I still don't understand is why the engine is so low. It's at 150. So it's still, the engine oil temperature is still really low. Lower than what I'm used to. So I still don't understand that. Thinking maybe there might not be a thermostat in here. I don't know, though. I haven't checked. Everything's reading good, so. TOT random. Yeah. What's up, Hansel? So, everything seems to be rolling really good. I'm just gonna set you guys back down here. We'll be at the pit in roughly 10 minutes, give or take. It depends on if I floor it or not. This thing, and that engine brake, man, it is aggressive. It just goes down. 4th gear. It skips almost all the time to straight to 4th when you got the engine brake on the 3rd setting. It just goes from 6th to 4th. And the RPMs are up to around 2,000. A little bit higher than what I would normally like, but man, it really performs. It really downshifts fast, and that engine brake really kicks on and it slows the truck down big time, which I do like that. I like this tower setup way better than the computer. I'll be honest. Strong they had it figured out, man. They should have kept this tower system way. They should have kept it until they got the computer thing figured out. Because the computer thing, I'm still not satisfied with the computers. You know, it just takes so long to get everything booted up, and you know, this, as soon as you got air pressure, this tower system, this is where it's at right here. It's not a surprise to me how they sold so many so quickly, you know, because this is really nice when we get in, but we got a little bit until we get. So, oh, there's a deer. He's in the woods. You can see him. Let's see if you can see him. He's a little baby. Do you see him? He's got a small. Yeah, when you floor this thing, she grabs the gear and just and she goes. And no smoke. I mean, this thing, I'm very happy with the new turbos on this. Very happy when it's loaded. You guys are about to see how well this thing pulls when it's loaded. It pulls very good. You know, for a C13 with an Allison, I mean, she gets up and rock and rolls, man. One of the coolest thing about this thing is spreading rock. Dude, spreading rock is so easy with this automatic. You don't have to worry about shifting. You just grab over here, you're just watching, you're just playing with the lever, you know, figure out if you're up or down, or, you know, just keep it steady. Sorry guys, like I said, we're going to have some choppy internet here, because there's a few dead zones on this road. We passed the major one, so we should be somewhat good until we get to the pit, and then it might be a little choppy in the pit. We'll just have to wait and see how T-Mobile and YouTube are doing today. Yeah, see, foot off everything. She downshifts the fourth, RPMs at 1800. Yeah, and then you put your foot in it, and she grabs the gear and goes. I love it. It's automatic, man. I would like to see a 10-speed automatic. Or maybe not a 10-speed, but at least an 8-speed. I'd like to see an 8-speed Allison. Now that, instead of a 6-speed, I'd say 8-speed. If you had an 8-speed, that would be, I think, a better combo. And with the type of driving I do, I would add the gears, I would make the gears a little bit closer, around 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would add those two other gears, I would put them right in, I would make the gears a little bit closer from 4, 5, 6. I'd add two gears in there, you know. I think it would be a more smoother ride. But the 6-speed, I mean, it definitely does it for me. I'm definitely satisfied with it. So we're at a dead stop right now. Let's see, once we get the opening, we'll floor it and see where we go. Okay, we're getting ready to go. Okay, she's pinned. 5, 15. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. That was 0 to 60. 65. And this thing, she keeps going, man. She'll keep going. This one isn't governed, so she'll keep going. We gotta let her off a little bit. Come on, slow down there, baby. Don't get going too crazy on us. She gets up and moves, man. This thing gets up and moves. I mean, This thing, this Allison, man, this thing it's where the money's at, honestly. I don't see why people buy manuals anymore. You know, if you're an owner-operator, do yourself a favor. Don't buy a manual, buy an automatic. You'll love it, man. I know shifting is fun, but when you shift every day, you know, it's fun for the first hour or two. But when you're sitting in stop-and-go traffic, or you're sitting, you know, Meredith Earthworks, there he goes to his super dump, brand new one. That's his Kenworth. Nice looking truck. Let's close this wing window. One thing I wish truck manufacturers still did is made these wing windows. I mean, come on, these things are the best in the world. I think all vehicles should have a wing window. It's so nice to have air circulating in the cab without wind blowing in your face. You know? So we're almost to the pit. About another 2-3 minutes and we'll be at the pit. Yeah, this then sixth gear, you wouldn't be at about, this truck is about 2,000 RPM. So I think if they added another gear, you could get up to 65 and still be around 15, you know what I mean? If they added 2 gears, it would definitely perform better, I think. It would be smoother, and it wouldn't be jumping so much when it grabs the gear. It wouldn't be so aggressive of a shift. You know, it wouldn't really set you back as much. You know, I mean, it still would, but not insane. Okay, so we're pulling into the pit here. We got it downshifted to first. So here's my tower right here. Okay, so as I pull in, boom, lowering the strong arm. That easy. Just flip this little switch to the lower. You just pull it up and flip it, and it starts lowering. Okay. Really, really easy. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. You guys can see in the window, she's coming down. And that's right about where we stop it. So then you just flip the switch. You just flip this little switch right to the normal position, to the neutral position. So easy. I mean, this is, anybody can do this. This is how easy it is. Then you head back to the rock pile. We're going to head back to the rock pile. In for another load of that 3-inch clean. Yeah, this thing, man, this truck is where it's at. And I hear the Maxwell setup is basically the same as this, where it doesn't have a screen or nothing. It just, you know, everything's manual with a switch, just like this. I will say this truck, I wish the first gear was a little bit faster also. I wish I could go just a little bit faster before it shifts into second, because second is pretty fast of a gear. So for me personally, in the pit, I like to be in first gear in this truck. Second gear is just a little too fast for me. Somebody's calling right now. Looks like a scam, so they're not getting answered. They can leave a message. Okay, so we're just looping around here. Looping around. We're gonna eat up this pile real quick. That's their new 980. That thing's sweet. So this is the pile we're taking out of. This is the 3-inch. Let's move forward a little bit. about there. Okay, there we go. I don't know why he's not pulling off of that side. It would be so much easier for him. He'd have more room to back up than if it was on that. Did I check the oil after the first load? No. Maybe I should do that. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's read. Let's catch up. Let's see. Keep the twin turbos. Any other emissions? Guessing it's a C13. It's a C13, and it has a DPF. That's it. It pulls good, Blake. It pulls really good. I'm having to run 144p. I can't see a thing. Yeah, sorry, A-Dog. So you're Allison man now. Yep. Allison's got me sold. When I spread rock, I manually put it in first, and it goes plenty fast for me. You're going to hate getting back into that old one after a full day in that. Oh, trust me, Blake. I already know. This one it's so much easier to do everything. You really are babied when you're driving this. Okay, let's put it into drive. Glad you're having a great day. Okay, yes, we are. We are having a fantastic day. Okay, so let's turn this around so you guys can see. So we're in first gear, and I'm doing 5 miles an hour. I'll just show you guys when she shifts into second and how fast we go. So, boom, she just shifted into second. See, I wish first gear you could do about 8 miles an hour. As soon as you shift into second, you're 10 miles an hour or more. So, and I don't like to do 10 in my trucks. I like to do a little bit slower. So, in this truck, it's basically 5 miles an hour, unless you, I don't know how to lock it in first. I'm guessing you just press the down arrow until the number 6 turns to 1, and that basically locks it, I'm guessing, but I'm not sure. But, you know, 5 miles an hour, I think, is a little on the slow side in the pit. Trying to get you here so you can see everything. But as a little bit over here, I'll grab and toss over there. See, oil pressure's looking good, engine temp's looking good. We're sitting at about 180. Yeah, see, this thing, as soon as you put it, do you think you'll make the day with it? Oh yeah, Linda, it'll easily. This truck's ready to rock and roll. It's basically a brand new truck now. She's basically a brand new truck. We're going on, this is load number 3. Yeah, you can manually lock it. I'm guessing.
Clean must be in the season, though.
Like saying all you have to do is press the down arrow and then it manually locks it into first. I'm gonna have to try that when I get back to my place when I'm spreading. Because I'd like to be in first gear when I'm spreading. I don't think second is a little too aggressive. So
that rock was a lot better, Glenn. I was able to spread it, came out real nice.
I'm gonna have to go in and pay this real quick, so.
Oh, the 5/8?
Let me pull onto the scale.
Yep, 5/8.
So we got 20,800 on the steer. Ooh, we're a little heavy on this one. 85,000. Alright, let me put it in neutral.
No, I wish we'd stop crashing until the piles got down, but we do that, might not never get caught back up again. We do. Yeah, you better let that water drain out of there. Holy smokes, what'd you do, pick up a small pond? Yeah, over here under the screening plant. Sorry, I cut you off. What'd you say? I got it over here under the screening plant when I took that scoop out from underneath the belt. Okay. Am I loaded? Yep.
Okay. Push that in. let's just show you real quick the scale weight. 85. So we're a little heavy on this one, which is, you know, it is what it is. Those guys, they got scales, they don't got scales, you never know. Sometimes their scales are accurate, sometimes they ain't, you know. So, let me just show you how this truck works. This setup is just so sweet. So here's the tower, right? So here's the strong arm. So you just pull it up and lower that. Then you can watch the gauge go up. Wait until she hits the ground, and then you'll see the pressure bump up to about 1500 psi. Here she comes pretty soon here. And touchdown. There it goes.
Now it's coming down with trickler clean.
Okay, so now she's fully pressurized. Whew. Okay, so fully pressurized.
Sorry, Rob, I didn't catch that.
Now, the drop axles.
Trickler clean.
Boom, right there. You just go boom, boom, boom. Ready to rock and roll. And then you can put this in the neutral position so the pump doesn't kick on or kick off, and you can watch the pressure, see if the pressure bleeds or not, you know, or you can just leave it on lowered so it adds the pressure when it needs it. Let me set you down for a second here. Put my seatbelt on. Getting out might be a little tricky this time because they got the road work going on over here. Okay, so you guys are going to see from a fully loaded. Okay, here we go. Floored. I pinned it. Okay, 15. Okay, let's get over. So this is fully loaded. This is a heavy load too. We're at 85. So normally we're sitting at about 82 is where we should be.
Right over the top for a second there, Sam.
So this is a strong arm super, and then they have what's called a Maxle super dump. So this is fully loaded. We're going up this hill. This is an incline. Engine fan kicked on. So we're finally getting to the top of this hill. And we're at 45 going to the top of that from a dead stop, so that's pretty good. We're not gonna go too fast because they got some road construction going on here. But we'll just keep it, you know, we'll keep it down here for right now. And then we'll be hitting this other hill, and then you can see how it pulls it. You can see the hills coming up. It's pretty steep. I would say most trucks end up probably around 40, probably around 50 going up this hill when they're going top speed and they hit it. So we're coming up on the bottom. Let's floor it. We're getting ready to pass this guy. So let's floor it. Let's get up to 60 and see how she does. Let's switch lanes. Okay, so fully loaded. We're at 60. In fifth gear. We still got her pinned right now, so you can see the RPMs right at about 2,500. She's not going to shift to 6 because we're hitting this hill. Man, she pulls good. 55 miles an hour basically. We're dropping a little lower. 53. There we go. See, so top of hill, 50 miles an hour. That's, I would say that's normal for most, like 100% of the trucks, I would say. I don't remember what 18 feet does, but I think it's right around there when it's loaded too. And this is, granted, you guys got to remember, this has got a little bit extra. She's sitting at 85 right now, so. Okay, so now we're coming up on this turn. Let's just let the engine brake do it. So downshifts to fourth. Okay, we're coming up a little too quick. Let's use the brake. Let's slow her down a little bit more. Let's take this corner. Okay. You can see we're going up this slight incline. You can see the oil pressure right around 50. .35 is about the speed I like to take right here, because we got this corner up here at 30. We're gonna have to slow down. So let's take our foot off the gas. She downshifts to fourth. Let's take it down to 30. 30 around a corner, you do 30. They are very tipsy, you know, so they do get very tipsy. Let's bring her down to 35. Okay. For the load we got on, she's got plenty of power. I'll show you guys when we hit the big hill. She'll drop down to 25 now, but I remember when I never pulled this hill with the truck before I got the turbos done. But I did pull a few big hills, and she dropped down to 10 or 15 miles an hour. I mean, she really dropped down there before the turbos. Now she stays at about 25 miles per hour. So I feel like that's a really good speed to go up these really steep hills. You know, the new turbos and the new intercooler definitely woke it up going up hills. Definitely. I would say that's the most noticeable change is going up hills loaded. She's definitely got a lot more juice going up hills. You know, and that's when that turbo normally gets shot in here. Then it clears up a little bit. Okay, we're coming up to this big hill. We're gonna stay in fourth. We're gonna try and be in fourth gear when we go down this. Let's see if she'll downshift. Not quite yet. Okay, now she's gonna downshift. Boom. Okay, this is a very, very steep hill. So just watch how well this, I'm not touching the brake at all. This truck controls the weight very well. We're sitting at basically 35 miles per hour. Very, very steep hill. You can see she's picking up a little bit of speed, which is okay, because we're getting ready to punch it. Okay, now we're flooring it. So on this truck, usually by the top of this hill, we're sitting at about 20 miles an hour with the, 20, 30 miles an hour with the old truck. So you can see we're sitting at about 34 miles an hour, so she did really well. Let's give this guy some space. He waved at us. I always like to give those walkers and stuff space, because you don't want to blast them with the air going by, they're already cold, and just courteous, It's what professional drivers do. Yeah, I would say the transmission feels very strong, Sydney. Make sure you turn off the Jake if you're spreading in first gear, or it'll throw you through the windshield. I'll remember that, Blake. Engine fan kicked on. We still got great oil pressure, sitting about 43, give or take. Engine fan kicked on when the water temperature was sitting at about 220. The engine oil temperature is down about 160, which it seems so low to me. It seems so low. I'm just used to my Detroit. It's always, I guess it's at 160 when it's not pulling a hill. When it pulls a hill, then it bumps it up to 175. But the PACCAR, dude, that thing sits at like 220 for oil temp. I mean, that thing sits super high. Orange light on the dash. I don't see any orange lights. What you're seeing right there is, can I get this thing to focus? Come on. It's the MPG and the miles and the gears. You can see how many, it'll show you basically what gear you're in, if you're in drive, or it'll show you your instant miles per gallon, or it'll show you how many miles are on the truck, all that stuff. Yeah. Also, Blake, I heard that the PACCAR, the oil temperature sensor is before the oil cooler also, which is kind of, it seems wrong to me, because wouldn't you want to know if the cooler's working or not? But I guess I don't know. It lets you know what the temperature is before it's cooling it down, I guess. But yeah, no, if we were overheating or something, there's some squares down here on that side and on the other side that would light up. Okay. Yeah, this transmission definitely knows when to grab a gear. Like when you pin it, she tries to grab a gear. So she definitely, I'd say she runs really good. Very strong. See, we're pulling this hill right now, and we're up there, 33 miles an hour going up this is a pretty steep hill. She's getting ready to grab a gear, I would think. She might hold it a little bit longer. We're sitting at 30. We still got plenty of RPMs though. Yep, she held that gear. She held fourth. Fourth is a very powerful gear on this truck. She likes fourth gear. Yeah, she's thirsty right now. Instant MPG says 3, but I got it pinned, so I wouldn't expect nothing less. So we've done a total of, this will be our 4th load, and I would say we've gone, let's see, we were sitting at 3, let me check to see how many miles we've gone. So we've gone 200 miles today, roughly, or no, 150. We've gone 150 miles today, and we're sitting above 3/4 of a tank, loaded one way. So this truck does so well. With that new turbo, I mean, and you can see out the window, there's no smoke. Even when I'm flooring it. See, I got it pinned, no smoke. Engine brake, downshifting, no smoke. So we're gonna slow down. We need to slow down for this corner coming up. So we'll stay in 4th. Up, she shifted to 5th just to cruise a little bit. Oh man, dude, this thing is, it's just like driving a car, a pickup. So we'll let the truck do the work. We're gonna slow down to about 15 miles an hour pretty quick here. This is a very, very sharp corner. And we have a pedestrian up here, so we're gonna, let's take it down a little bit slower. Always slow down for pedestrians. So this corner is very sharp, and then it's got a steep hill. So you can see we're sitting at 15. I just pinned it. Very steep hill coming up. She's at about 20 right now, 20 miles per hour. Okay, she's climbing 25. Ready to grab a gear, and grab the gear. Now we're at 35. See, she's got plenty of power, guys. This Allison, man, this is the best thing since sliced bread. Oh, Jake, dude, you're gonna be surprised how nice these automatics are, man. These automatics are where the money is at. Here, let's turn on this. There, that way you can see the dash a little bit easier. Very nice. I mean, your arm isn't tired after, you know, or your shoulder isn't feeling worn out after 10 hours. This truck does not have a bed vibrator. Slow down, we're coming up. She loves to shift into 4th gear when she's on the third engine setting. She loves to get up there 2,000 RPMs to, you know, slow her down. You can see how fast she's slowing down for this corner. Okay, that's about 35. We can hit the gas a little bit to stop the engine brake. We'll just cruise right around here. Yeah, so we're sitting at about 50 oil PSI when I floor it, about down to 40 when she's, you know, doing her own thing. When I started her up this morning, she was at about 60 PSI, but that's probably mainly because the oil's really cold and thick. So the PSI is a little bit, you know, thicker. PSI is a little bit higher. Okay, we're coming up on this corner. Okay, just set you guys down here because we're getting ready to roll into my driveway. Slow down. We let the truck do the thing. It's doing the engine brake thing. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the strong arm, flip it up off the ground. So now it's just starting to come up. Hit the drop axles. They're up. put it probably right about here-ish. Okay. We'll put her in neutral until that strong arm gets all the way up there. As you can see, she's getting ready to flop over. Okay. Once she flips, then she stabilizes the air press, the PSI. There we go. And it's supposed to do that, guys. That kicking on and off, what it does is it slowly allows that axle to flip over without slamming. So that's why it jumps like that. The new one does it too. That's just the way they designed it. Okay, so now we already got the chain set. We got 3-inch clean in the back, so it's pretty sizable rock. So let's go ahead and put that on the neutral position. That's what I always do, just to have it there. Okay, and so we're gonna open the tailgate, turn the PTO on, start raising, put her in drive. Okay. So now we're just gonna watch. Oh yeah, let's turn this Jake brake off and switch this down to 1, like Blake said. So now it should be locked into first. Let's roll this down. So you can see where the mud flap is. Watch the mud flap. Okay, we're gonna start rolling here pretty soon. There we go. We're cruising. Okay, let's keep the box from moving. So we put the box right there. You can see we're spreading. Nice spread. Raise the box. Very heavy. You don't want to put the box all the way up. Okay, let's raise the box the rest of the way. She's raised all the way. Now we just keep cruising. That's what you guys are looking at right there. Look at where the mud flap is. You can see it's black. Now it's white. Now it's clear. Okay. So that was a little crazy there. So now we got it in a neutral position. Let's go ahead and lower that down. And then I'll take you guys out and you guys can see the spread job. Let's put this in neutral. Park that. We're going to leave the gate lock open for right now. But as soon as that box gets all the way down, we'll turn the PTO off, put that in neutral. Alright, let's get out and check out this spread job. Now, granted, this is while I'm holding a phone and live streaming. So to show you how simple that was, this is 3-inch clean. It's also a very large rock. So one thing I don't like about this design, see this happens every time. That's why I left that gate lock open, because there's a massive rock in here. Okay, there's probably one on the other side too. Yep, full of rocks. So let's see if we can get that cleaned out. Okay, so, and as you guys can see, so I got a 3-inch rock in here. See how far I set that spreader gate? So you can see my hand. I got it spread in about, I would say that's probably about 5 inches. That chain's set at about 5 inches. So now you can see this spread job. I mean, for this big of a rock, you cannot get a thinner spread than that. I mean, that is just golden. Look at that spread job. I mean, that is just, that's where it's at right there. Look at that nice spread. I mean, it's basically, you can see the base of the road. That's like a 3-inch spread job, right? That's basically, you know, as thin as you can get that. I mean, I could probably get it a little bit thinner, but then you would have patches. So let's go up here and I'll show you the one spot where I was a little slow on my reaction time. mainly because I was, you know, doing this live stream and doing this at the same time. But let me just show you. This is some really big rock, guys. Look how big this rock is, right? So that's some big rock. So to spread it that thin, I mean, that is where it's at right there. You can see up here, there's one spot where I didn't raise the box fast enough because I was showing you guys the mud flap. That's where I was looking at, the mud flap. You can see when the rock's spreading. You can see when it starts to thin out. See how it got a little thin there? One section. Who wouldn't hire me? Yeah. I mean, I know how to spread rock. Let's just put it that way. I'm pretty good at spreading rock, you know. And this is the 3-inch rock, right? So, you know, you have to be careful. You have to set your spreader chain right, or else it'll get jammed up immediately. I mean, you gotta. I'm surprised it didn't get jammed, honestly. I mean, with how big some of these rocks are, like this rock right here. Like, look at this. That fell out perfectly. I mean, I'm surprised it didn't jam up. So, I mean, that right there, that's a spread job. This is that 3-inch clean. It's supposed to be a 3-inch clean. It does have some minus in it, but not very much. This is the perfect product for a driveway like mine that you have super heavy trucks driving down. You got to have this stuff, or else it'll just, your road will get rutted out. You know, normal cars, you guys have 1 1/4 minus, 5/8 minus. You know, when you're making a driveway for heavy duty trucks like mine, you got to put this big stuff down, or else it'll just push it out. I've learned that the hard way. Stuff is expensive as heck too. Poor wife gonna blow her tires out. yeah, until this gets compacted down, it sucks to drive on it. I'll admit that. But once we get a few more loads down, we're gonna top it off with some 2-inch minus, and then it'll be easy to drive on. But as you guys can see, let me just show you. See what happens when you drive these heavy trucks down here? See how this has a big ridge right here? It just kind of goes up. What happens is when these trucks are fully loaded, when they're fully loaded, it pushes the dirt out. It pushes the rock down and the dirt kind of gets pushed out until you got a thick enough road base that it stops doing it, you know? And so it's just a matter of time before we can afford, you know, to have it built up enough where it stops doing that, you know. And this is how you do it. Just one load at a time, guys. One load at a time. Once this stuff gets packed down like this, oh, it's nice to drive on once it's packed down, nice and smooth and flat. But until then, I mean, you can hardly even walk on that stuff. You're liable to twist an ankle just walking on that stuff. So, but oh yeah, that was, see, there's no way I could have did all that with a manual and then shift into second gear. I mean, I can do it, but you know, it ain't that fun. That was easy. I mean, that was just easy. So I just closed the gate. Brake, rolling. So I mean, that is so easy to do. I mean, with the new Super Dump, it does not spread rock the same way this one does. It has a funky design where you can only raise the box a certain amount, and then you have to literally push the yellow collar down and then lift it back up to try and move the box. It kind of locks you out, and I hate the design. It's supposed to be a safety feature, but it's not. What it does is it just screws up your spread job because you can't raise the box as you're going, you know, which I understand why they don't want you to, because you could hit a power wire or something, but the best way to spread is you raise the box as you go. You don't just fully have that thing masted out in the air, because rock will be spilling over the top of the tailgate. So, you know, I don't know. It's a design flaw in my opinion. But once this stuff gets packed out, and it's not bad to drive on. Here's another spread job I did earlier, but this one I was a little bit thicker because this was a pretty rough section in the road. Tried it a little bit thicker, but yep, so easy a caveman can do it. Yeah, so Sydney, I will say two things about the Strong Arm brand. They had it figured out with this truck. With this system, they had it figured out. As soon as they switched to the computer crap, they overcomplicated it. This is a far superior system for dump trucks. I know everybody wants to see how advanced they can get, but the computers are just not there yet for the Strong Arms. They're just not there yet. I think they should go back to this design. Yes, it's more caveman, it's more Neanderthal, but this is so foolproof. I mean, it's just so much easier. It's a better design in my opinion. Better design for a dump truck. Dump trucks aren't ready to have those computer screens yet. I mean, we're in the nastiest of nastiest environments. You know, drivers are getting dirt on their hands, pulling rocks out of tailgates, and, you know, stepping in mud and dust and all that other stuff. It's not the environment for computers. Easier and cheaper to fix. Yeah, see, that's another thing. It's easier, cheaper. It's just all around way better. Not currently, Linda, but I'm pretty sure something will come up. So, anyways, guys, I just wanted to show you guys how awesome this automatic is. You know, how amazing it is since we replaced the turbos and the intercooler. This thing really gets up and moves. It just makes the job so much more enjoyable. So, don't forget to pound that like button, guys. Pound that subscribe button as always. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.